Once again, it's time for some drawing. There's going to be some drawing, so get ready. Today I'm working on this this gargoyle mecha, mechy, gargoyle mech for my buddy's game that he's working on. And I would like to mention at this time, let me go here, there we go, that yes, I have a Discord. It's called Torrance Art Hole. And the link, hopefully, should be in the doobly-doo, as we call it, as I learned from Matt Colville. Okay. Oh, that was a noise. Was that from my phone? Okay. So I've done the front half, and I got some notes from the client. So let's do that. Let's look at these notes. Oh, last time I was here was a week ago, last weekend. I didn't work on this because I needed to get my shirt design done for the Darkest of the Hillside tickets, and maybe I'll share a little bit of that with you in a moment. But before we get there, let's do these notes. So, head. Let's look at the head. I got my red correction fluid here. There's a question. What brush was I using? Probably like a rusty nib or something, right? Let's take a look. Maybe it was rusty nib 3. We may never know. It's close enough. So the comments on the head were, I like the eyes size, the sizey eyesy. Move the horns behind the brow. Okay, so there's something we need to do. Ba-da-ba. So that's fine. Actually, it's more like this, isn't it? Well, hold on. Let me just do that right now if I can. So here we have the head. And yeah. Some nice what music is this from? This is Spider-Man. 1960s Spider-Man music. I mean, since we're here, might as well just draw it. Something like that. I feel like this, I'll go back to my red, this section is wider than that section. But since it's at an angle, I think it's okay. Like this is the center line here, right? So, I don't know. Not gonna worry about it. Maybe we could fix it by making this a little. It's giving it a little. That kind of fixes it a little bit. And then we have some Thundercats music. I feel like this is not the right brush. But, like I said, I guess it's close enough. So, is that right? I kind of feel like, let me get rid of this here. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to flop it. The thing that you should always do, yeah, let's just flop the whole damn canvas. As you can see, I've already made room for the back side. I feel like, let's see, this should be more like that way. Having looked at it a little bit now, this could come up more. Maybe that eye is a little smaller. And this should have more, yeah, volume on that side. Like I almost feel like this should be, like I could move the Move the whole jaw over a bit. Because it's kind of attached, supposed to be attached to this, right? Maybe it's not. Maybe that was okay. Dun 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 dun. Yeah. I just feel like this should be going less outy, and this one needs to be more. And then these guys, not bad. Like this one could be more over there a bit. And then this whole guy here. I was talking about this last time I was doing this stream, is how problematic these little ear wings are. Like maybe I just rotate this guy up a bit like that. Let's see if I can make some headway on there. Let's see what I can do. Headway, get it? Okay, let's remove all of that. Luckily I put my head on its own layer. So let's grab this part here. Can I make... do that. And then I'm thinking about, maybe I just, here's what I'm gonna do. Gonna undo that. Undo. Let's go to transform, warp, skew, distort. Can I just bring this over here? Something like that. Here's the top of the... Yeah, that's close enough. It's a little bit better, maybe. Maybe, hard to say. I think our delivery is here. The dog is going a little cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Let's just move that over just a little bit as well. And then... This is fully black, right? Yes, it is. Yeah, my dog is like... Ruff, 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 ruff. I don't know how much I want to mess around with this, but... Let's... try to make some minor adjustments. That's a little bit better, maybe. Some classic Johnny Quest. And then, I don't know. Does that work? I'm not sure it works. I feel like let's go to Rusty Nib 2. Getting a little too much texture. Oops. A little too much texture on that. And then we can put our handsome stud back here. Something like that. That makes the eye seem even smaller. But let's see. Yeah, here, let's try something. Let me grab this ear, and I'm just gonna nudge it out. Nudge it right out. Nudge. I feel like already that's better. Maybe let's give it just a bit more of a... Oops. Wrong arrow. Outie arrow as well. Outie arrow? Yes. That's what I said. I said it. I meant it. Outie arrow. Okay. Cool. And then... maybe we can give him a little more eye space on this side, although... Ooh. I don't want to... I still want it to have an angle to it. I feel like there should be like a thing there. I don't know. Maybe not. Leave it. And then we put that nice straight line there. And Bob may or may not be your uncle. I feel like it should be. No, it's about. I guess it's about the right length. There. It's a cold but sunny. It was sunny this morning. I'm not sure if it's still sunny. Afternoon in Vancouver, British Columbia. Yeah, that horn is. I feel like that horn is. Maybe I just redraw that entire horn. Feel like it should start here. And we've got the front of it here. The keel, I guess you might call it. The keel of the horn. Is that something that we could pretend is a thing? Let's just say yes. And I think that'll do for now. Where's the light source? Guess I'm just kind of doing the light source. Above-ishy, frontishy? Or above-y, backy? I don't know. Does that look right? No. It looks terrible. It looks terrible. No. I feel like it really should be here. What if I went Rusty Nib 1? Oh, come back. No, that's no good. Too much texture on that. Rusty Nib 6. Let's try that one. See how it goes. Underpants. Something like that. I think that addressed most of my concerns. Except for this part could be maybe a little more over here. And maybe even... Oops, no, not that way. Rotating a bit. Just a bit. Just a touch. Let's try that. And then we just clean it up. I believe this has got to be some... what do you call it? Scooby-Doo music. I feel like these bolts, these rivets, should be symmetrical. Yes. Something like that. It's a work in progress. Yeah, it's a work in progress. Okay. Fix that there, and then maybe I want to use. Maybe it's just hard round. No, it wasn't hard round. There's no way. Could it be? Did I really use hard round? Let me check something here. Let me check my opacity of this brush. No, it must have been. No, there's definitely transparency here. So it must have been pencil clean A. Maybe? Yeah, I think it was pencil clean A. So I guess we'll keep doing that. I guess. Okay. Bring that back. And let us now address the next note. The next note is arms perfect. Love what you did with the. Let's take a look. Let's take a look. Arms perfect. Love what you did with the shoulder vents and the cables. Yes. Claws look great as well. Torso. I like the shape and the cables. Great. I like that the front of the chest is not busy. I think the surface provides an opportunity for painters to be creative there. Yes. So this is, in case it wasn't clear, this is going to be a model. It's going to be like a 3D printed model. Legs. I like the shape you came up with for the knee pad. There it is. But would it be possible to remove the rivet? This rivet here? Yeah, of course it's possible. It's more than possible. That's easily done. Which I guess is that one and that one. That's the rivet he's talking about? I also like the pointed shape in the previous drawing. So I was, oh no, that's wings. Lastly, also wondering if it would work with the design to make the shin a little taller so it's closer in length to the forearm piece. I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. So like, for example, like if we just took this, I don't know, just take this. I guess this is the shin. So I'm on the wrong layer or something. No, I need to. I'm on the wrong tool. So we brought this down. Actually, it should be the other way. Hang on. Do it the other way. Something like... something like that. Yep. It's definitely going to be longer. And something like that. Let's get our red again. Whop, 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 boom, boom. So that'll be something like that, I guess. Boom, boom, boom. Get the opacity on this a little bit more. B. Boom, boom, boom. I think more of a bulge to it, though, would be good. A little more volume. So it's not just a rectangle. Might have to do a little. Yeah. And then so this is. I think I have to reimagine this part altogether. But something like that. And then the other note on the leg was, I like the pose you did with the leg sticking out, but I think it may cause issues with the miniature fitting on the base size. So I would like to revert back to the leg pose from the previous sketch. What was the previous sketch? That wasn't the previous sketch. That wasn't the previous sketch. That wasn't the previous sketch. This was the previous sketch. Let's take a look. Yeah, so it's more like oh, you see, he sent me reference, I'm sure. I'm gonna turn my heat off now. It's warmed up in my little office here, like something like this. This was the pose that was referred to me. Very much kind of like pouncy catty pose. So we can do that. We can do that. Let's use the red. So this is the base here. I don't know what the base is going to look like. But this arm is going to be, I feel like this arm could be lower. I could lower this whole arm. Maybe I do that. Let's take the body. Let's take this arm. We're getting rid of this leg here. Gone. Oops. Just delete it all right now. And what's this? What did I draw here? I don't even know what that is. Oh, that must have been the knee. So that's gone too. Let's get rid of all this junk. And then we can... let me get rid of my head so it's not... I'm not getting confused. Like I can feel like this could all be lower. Let's make a new layer. Let's make an arm layer. Arm. And then we could lower it. Change the angle. That's fine, something like that. So then, I'll bring my head back. Where would this... Let me remove that arm. Here's the chest. I feel like everything in here is just a huge mess. So let's take care of that. Ba, 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 ba. So we're basically reproducing what we had on the second, on the first leg here. So we're gonna have this big, wider than previously enjoyed. Not previously enjoyed. I don't know how this is going to work. There's the thigh area, and this is his. His other leg. So now, is that arm gonna work? And they're like, no, let me look at my reference. This arm comes way down in the middle and forward. It's not really the vibe that the arm is doing. So maybe we might have to redraw some of this. But, yeah, something like that. Something like that. And then maybe we move this. Get rid of that. Oh, no, wrong layer. Undo. There we go. Maybe we take this part and bring it out. Something like that. Difficult. Difficult. Let me go back to the arm. I don't know. Maybe this guy. Rotate him. No, rotate. Rotate, damn you. And then there's my red layer. Where's the center line? There's the center line of his head. Oh, somebody's here. Somebody's here. Who's here? Adam. Hello. We're working on this thing again. I'm going to try to get the reverse version, the reverse angle. Why am I not seeing my red? Center line, right? So then, something like that. And I want this to go out more. I want you to go out more. Can you do it for me? Is it going to look weird? Probably it will. And so then this, where are you? This part. that, I guess. Just walked in from grocery store. What did you, I love this thing. Thank you. What did you get from the grocery store? You know, as Trump says, groceries is an old-fashioned word. And I think we can all agree that would be something you would say if you never bought groceries before because you're rich enough that you have people buy food for you. Or you just eat McDonald's for every meal. Which is also a thing. Okay, so... Okay. So we're happy with the head. We made some changes to the head as per the client's notes. And the wings are still going to be a problem. But let's see if I can get this. I don't really know what I'm doing here. The underwear part, the abdomen. Not sure about that. Let me get rid of this arm. So, if we were making this other leg, see the problem is, let's give it more of a defined shape. Don't know if that really works. Kind of made it worse. We've got a big old pork butt roast. Ooh, butt roast. Orange juice. Orange juice. Interesting. Black pepper. Are you now? Are you? Did you buy the orange juice to drink, or are you putting it? You're putting your butt roast in the orange juice as a marinade. Lemon juice, garlic, and cilantro. I'm going to soak this guy until Wednesday. Interesting. Also got chicken, so I can make peanut noodle for tonight. Ooh, yum, 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 yum. That does sound good. Yeah, I'm not sure about this. I really don't like what I've done here. Maybe I'll just come back to it. Just come back to it. Just pretend that he doesn't have any underwear on. Okay. So this. I don't need to just... I mean, I guess I could. It's not helpful in terms of design, but if I just flipped this... Would it work? Kind of. Kind of. But no, it should have more of a, I think more of an angle to it. So let's see. Let me keep that as reference. But I think it should have more of a, like, here, where's my, like more of a oblique angle. So you can see, like that's a center line, something like that. So you can see more to the side of it, I guess. And then this. Something like that. Something just like that. And then this. And then this. Watching any good movies lately? I wanted to watch, I wanted to have seen the new Predator film by now, but that hasn't happened yet, much to my chagrin. There we go. This is the halfway. Okay. Oh, I see what I did. These parts go down even further. Okay, that's interesting. That was an interesting choice I made that I didn't realize I was making. Is that going to work? That's kind of a weird thing I did. But I guess it could work. It's so weird. Why did I do that? Like, I feel like it should just go... Maybe not. Maybe I was right. Okay. Let me think about this. So if that goes down that far... Is that reasonable? And then maybe this one's out a bit more. So it goes like that. Like it's basically touching the way that it would. Duk, duk, duk. This is some Johnny Quest we're listening to. Now it's Dungeons and Dragons that we're listening to. Which reminds me, I need to do another episode. I need to do more of the Dungeons and Dragons cartoons streams I have been doing and videos. For example, I need to do the storyboard artist reacts to, not the box, the one after the box, the Lost Children, and I need to finish my map, my first season Dungeons and Dragons map. This looks quite wonky and weird. And then I need to find the time to start working on my script for the 28th episode, was it? For the 28th episode of the Dungeons and Dragons cartoon. Something like that would be something like that, nice and wide. Got a bit of bell bottom action going on there. Something like that. But not too bell bottomy, I guess. Okay. Is that's not really more of an angle, is it? Let's get that angle going here. Something like that. Which I'm really excited and looking forward to, but it's been so busy. I can't even tell you how busy it's been, but work has been a grind lately, let me tell you. Still haven't seen that. Predator, I assume. I want to watch some of season 3 of Smiling Friends. I don't know what that is. And I watched the stupid dinosaur movie, Jurassic Park version. But I want to watch stupid dinosaur movie, Vietnam version. What's Vietnam version, stupid dinosaur movie? I rewatched Flight of the Navigator and Dreamkeeper. I've seen Flight of the Navigator, I think. Dreamkeeper, no. No. Nico the Cleric. Oh, you mean from yeah, for the yeah, I'm not putting Nico the Cleric into in my opinion, if you're going to put if I was to put a cleric character into my Dungeons and Dragons cartoon, that raises a lot of weird questions about gods and deities, which I don't think they would want to address in 1980s Saturday morning cartoons. So I will try to. It would be an interesting experiment, but I will try to maintain as much as is possible the zeitgeist of the 1980s. Try to remain faithful to the spirit of the original as much as I can. So, something like this. And then we get the, let's, something like that. Down further, I just want to make sure I'm getting the same amount of length. Watch your DM. This looks dope. Thank you. Yes, I got some notes back from the client as I it's been a couple weeks since I was working on this. I wanted to work on it last week, but then I realized Christmas is coming and I have to get those new the Darkest of the Hillside Thicket shirts designs up on Threadless, so if people want to buy them for Cthulhumas, they can. Hear that. Which ones are they? Well, let's take a look. Here is the Darkest of the Hillside Thickets .threadless.com. I don't need to see this. And here, look at all these amazing shirts. But where are they? Let's go to, I don't know, Mugs. Let's go to Mugs Latte. Sure. Is it going? Yes, it's going. And here you can see I put the here is the new Space Disaster, the Darkest of the Hills. So that's what I was working on. There, this is the purple version, the magenta text version. There's also a what do you call it? Yellow. Yellow is the word. And then I did the special limited edition Star Behemoth version, which is the only difference is the colors, and this says Star Behemoth instead of the Dark Side. So I think it's, and I do want to do I don't know if I need to live stream. It won't take very long to do, but if I go into my Darkest Hillside Thickets folder here, I want to do something. Where is it? Thickets. Yes, Thickets merch. T-shirt designs, and what is it? 20. What is it? What is it? Where is it? Oh, the Star Behemoth. There it is. I want to do this one, which is the black and white version, except instead of Star Behemoth, it'll say Spaceship Zero. So there'll be the Star Behemoth, the Spaceship Zero, and the Darkest of the Hills. I think it's two colors of the Darkest of the Hills. That you can choose from. Isn't that great? And right now, what? $12.50 tees, plus everything on sale. Until when? November 26th. That's in 3 more days. So, if you want to take advantage of the new design, and also, I've reactivated the previously. Here, let me go back again. There you can see the yellow. I activated from a couple years ago, the Cthulhu Monolith. There's the outline version, the fill version, and then the limited edition kind of has the red splatter through it. This is the Cthulhuid Monolith. So that was unavailable for a while, but it's back until Cthulhumas. So enjoy those if you want to. Particularly for my American friends, because those are made in America. We don't really. I wish there was a threadless. I've done a little bit of research, and apparently there is a service, but I haven't pulled the trigger on the Canadian threadless. I should do that. I really should do that. In fact, I should probably do that again before Cthulhumas. But that's the reason that I didn't work on this one last weekend, because I wanted to get that done. And then, and now I guess it's done. I guess now it is done. So this is. I can't remember how I did these. So now, we'll put that arm back there. Oh, lordy. Yeah. So then, this, gosh, gee whiz willikers. So this, is this gonna work? Or is the arm gonna completely cover it up? I feel like it could be as far as that, maybe even. Oops, no, I don't want to make it bigger. I just want to rotate it a bit. The song is Mr. Chesterton's Dog. I feel like that could work. So let's put that arm back. It covers up most of it. But I think that's actually fine. I think it's fine. Let me put a mat underneath that. We're gonna call this arm mat. Or awesome mat. Sure, we can make it red for now. Or whatever color that is. Get rid of all this. God damn it. I don't want it to be black. I want it to be red. Ba-da-da-da. So, this is my arm mat. If I was using my storyboarding software, I could just press M and this would all be done automatically. But that's fine. It's fine to do it by hand. Bup, bup, bup. This is some Johnny Quest music. And then, yeah. G? Does G do anything? Oh, it's because don't have it on contiguous. Nope. Still didn't work. Okay. That's fine. We'll do it. We're almost done. So this will be the arm. More or less. Now, if we change that color to this color, it'll actually look like something. Okay. So now, if we put the body back, we can see how it would look. I think what I'll do is I'll do a little cheat on this, and let's move it out, and let's move it up a little bit more, maybe. I could also, actually, a different way to approach this would be to, if I took the arm and moved it inside, closer to the middle. Maybe that's the way to do it. The shoulder is a little bit of a problem, but I think we can fix that. Let's take this shoulder, and move it up, move it out. Nope. I just want... Why is it taking the whole thing? Here, let me move off my... Oh, excuse me. Okay. I want to be on the arm layer. There we go. I'm going to take this shoulder. I'm going to move it out. And even up a little bit. Yes, yes! Let me erase this part, because that part will be... Actually, you know what? I'll put the head. I think I have a head mat. Yeah, there. I don't need to erase anything. I don't need to erase nothing. What's going on in the chat? Primitive War. Primitive War is the Vietnamese dinosaur movie, I guess. Adam says, absolutely. I think they put her in the adventure because having a healer around in low-level D&D is kind of a thing you need. Yeah. And Dwayne has showed up. Dwayne has a little crown beside his name and the number 3, which I guess means you showed up third. You're the third person. Can you drop the link in the chat or in the description? Oh, that's a good idea. You guys are so clever. All right, let me see. I think I deleted the link, but that's okay. I'll do the link directly to that design. Or actually, here, that's what we'll do. Yes, okay. It's classic. We're putting it in. There's the link for those, the 3 newest designs, and lots of other great stuff too. So enjoy that. You can also get, if you're gonna buy a gift for something or just want something for yourself, take a look in the home and accessories categories and see if anything strikes your fancy. Because like I kind of would like a mug with that design on it. And there's also notebooks and other things as well, mouse pads, all that kind of crap. Anyway, get them while they're on sale, friends. That's what I says to you. I says, okay, so let's So now we have this. Why is it not letting me erase that arm? Why is it not letting me erase that? Why is it not letting me draw on that arm? B. Oh, I see. It's because I'm on the wrong color. What have I done? Ah, now you can see what I did. That was wrong. That was wrong to do. What you're doing is wrong. Okay. You know what's actually let's do that's a little fun? Let's make that a little. No. What happened? Why would you do that to me? Okay. That's a little too. That's a little too. Let's do that one. Just so we can see our layers a little bit better. Okay. Getting back to arm. We're going to go back to the black. And we are going to... I guess it was fine. Just being like, oh, I don't want it to be 50. That's way too big. I don't actually know what brush size I was using, but I guess that's fine. Sure, something like that. That's all good. I feel like these things, actually, I'll come back to that. So, we got our arm mat there. All good. So now, to finish this off, to finish this side off, let's do it. Let's draw. This, right? Something like that. And then, yeah, what was I drawing over here? Okay, we'll finish this arm. Kind of feel like we'd have some junk going in there, some indecipherable junk. And that's all well and good. Okay, that arm's done. Let's go to the body. What's happening here? I don't know. And yeah, this part goes. Let's get rid of some of this extra mat underneath the head. I feel like we don't need to get too in the weeds with this stuff here. But let me see if I can. Okay. And then I feel like there would be some shadow here. Some shadow here. All this would be more or less. That's fine. All right, so now we are going to feel like the hips. Let me think. Yeah, all right. Do we want something like that? No. We want, I don't know, we do a curve there? Would that be weird? That would be weird. That would be weird. There's nothing else that does that. Okay. It does look a little weird. Here, let's do that. I don't know what that's for. But I don't know. I really don't know. Okay. Something. Okay, so... Oh my god. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to flop it again. Image rotation. Image rotation. Where are you? Come back. Does this help at all in any way? It really bothers me. That whole crotchular area. Oh, was I drawing on the wrong layer again? That's not surprising. Oh, I was drawing on the matte layer. Well, that's dumb. Okay. The head mat. Here, let me see if I can move that down. It's supposed to be on the body layer, right? Okay, fixed. I fixed it. Yes, I fixed it. All right. Let me erase once again. Let me erase this completely. And I'm going to come back to it, maybe even on another day. Let me just finish. Oh, God. All right. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm just trying to get that. All right, all right. I'm just trying some things now. Maybe I need to look at like Iron Man art. Maybe I need to look at some references. Maybe that's what I need to do. Which I have. Just looking at the chat here. Nick Knapsencraft says, do you like vending on Threadless? I mean, I don't really have a strong... I do it because we don't print our own stuff. That's a huge pain in the ass, and mailing is a huge pain in the ass. So if I can just do my art, upload it, and then get a cut. I think like what's on sale, I get like $1.25 or something like that from a shirt when it's I guess like 10% of whatever the price is. So $12 shirts, yeah, to get like $1.20. Of course, that's American. Yes, but yes. Bless Fooey. Oh, that was because of my sneeze. I thought you were suggesting there's a website called Bless Fooey, which is the Canadian Threadless. No. Watch your DM. I want to buy your stuff, bro. Thank you. Too bad they don't have bullet journals. What's a bullet journal? I know what a regular journal is. I don't know what a bullet journal is. Dwayne just ordered magnets and stickers. Thank you. Had to get some caustic soda gear too. Yeah, that's good. That's good stuff. Nick Naps and Crafts is Monica. Monica. Welcome, Monica. Thank you for joining. Watching this creative nonsense in progress. That kind of looks like a lug nut, which is not a bad thing, I guess. So if this were various something like that. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just drawing. I'm just making shapes with my stylus. How are things in North Vancouver? Actually, that's kind of cool. I don't know if it will work. But it looks cool, and that's all that matters at this stage of the game. Something like that. Yeah, how are things in North Van? I don't know. I'm just covering this up with messiness right now. Okay, so let me get rid of this arm again. I feel like maybe something like that. This is all going to be covered up by the arm, but I'll keep it its own layer, and so the whoever I give this file, whoever I end up giving this file to, can have access to that if they want that reference. I don't know what I'm drawing here. Doesn't look super great. Wow, says Spider-Man. And we need a front edge to this, which I guess will be that. I feel like there's like a lot of ball joints that you can't see, but behind all of these, the knee pads and everything, and the elbows, they're all just ball joints that you don't see. Okay. I don't know. Let's just do one of those. Let's do one of those and make it a little. Just a little texture there. Okay, so this is flat, a flat surface more or less. Something like that. Okay. We are done the body. We are done the arm. We don't know. I don't really know what the base is gonna look like, but we can extrapolate. Maybe I'll make that its own layer, since it's kind of irrelevant. Never know again when the old man died. Something like that. I don't know. Doesn't matter. Not relevant. Not relevant. Dot grid. North Van is damp. Yeah, it's been a damp weekend. Okay, let me get rid of this. Let me get rid of that. And let me get rid of that. No. No, I don't like it. Something like that. So here comes now the challenge. Are you ready for the challenge? What layer has that thing on it? That okay? I don't need layer 11. Goodbye. We are going to draw this now from behind. We're going to try to anyway. Okay. Let's bring it up to maybe 50%. We're going to make that red. Right? Get rid of all that. So, here's the head. We get to see the back. The things would kind of come back like that. I guess we would see a bit of the horns. Right? And the jaw coming forward. Maybe even a bit of the tooth. Right? Something like that. There's going to be holes for where the wings go. We're not actually going to draw... Well, we will draw the wings, but we're going to... I guess we'll do it on a different layer as well. So isn't that interesting? Arms. We know we got arms. So it's his left arm that's going down. Kind of straight down, right? It's kind of straightish down. We might cheat that a little bit. Here would be the little vent thing there. And then, here's this diaper. How do I want to do this? And where do these things, wires, what do you call them? Yes, this is for a miniature. It is for a miniature, exactly. I never finished reading the client notes. So, wings. I like having the round gear at the top of the wings. So let me. Where are the wings? Did I delete the wing layer? That would be sad. Where's the wing layer? Oh, there's the wing layer. Okay, let's label that. That's what they look like. That's what I drew. Get rid of that. Let's zoom in. You can take a look at them. Let's get rid of that head for a second. Let's get rid of that arm for a second. Let's get rid of that body for a second. So here's what I drew for the wings. As you can see, some things I like about them, some things I don't. I like that they're kind of like shaved off at the bottom. Right? To make these points. This is all fine. I was having trouble with this part and this part. So, especially this part. And then the angle on the wings, also very difficult. So what he was suggesting, if I go back to my red layer here, I like having the round gear at the top of the wing, but I also like the pointed shape in the previous drawing. What was the previous drawing? Here's the previous drawing. Right. Yes. It would be cool if the gear was just a little bit smaller and had a single small claw above it that looks like the raw metal of the other claws. So I guess thinking like something like that. And then the gear is smaller. Maybe that's what we're talking about. I think that could work. It's a little weird that the top part of the wings are thin and the bottom parts are thick. But I don't know if that's a bug or a feature. I'm thinking about that. So, but we'll come back to the wings later. Let's do the, let's bring back our whole friend. There he is. Get those wings back down. This is group one, which we're going to call front. Maybe I'll save my work. How about that? And so this layer here, when I get to it, we'll be back, clearly. So yeah, how do we do this? Oh, I was going to look at my reference, wasn't I? Then I got distracted. Here's some reference. When I was looking at this, I was looking at, what is this called? This is a toy or something. I can't remember what it's called. Very samurai looking, which is kind of cool. He's got the big bulgy pelvis. This is cool business here. So maybe I'll refer to that. This one doesn't have a crotch, really. Yeah, that's pretty cool. And there's the gargoyle, and then there's some references for the head that is sent, and the jaw. And I think, oh, there's a reference for wings, so that's relevant as well. Yeah. There's little nuts and bolts there. And then what's next? Oh, this was for the claws, which was cool. Okay. All right. And close all those. Yeah, let's like, do I want to try to give it some kind of a belt feature? Maybe I'll just draw it as if it were a real creature first to get my bearings. Right? And by creature, I mean human, I guess. Elbow, triceps, deltoid, whatever these muscles are called. It's very confusing. Spine. You know, probably I could study my life drawings that I did. Would be wise to do. The latissimus dorsi, is that what that muscle's called? The one that I'm not drawing very well? Yeah. Bop, 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 bop. Ears. There's no neck to be seen. There will be no neck. And this. Oh yeah, he's got his arm. Back. It's coming back towards us. Out. Something like that. Oh, I'm just gonna go ahead and give him the big. Although his shoulder would be way higher, but that's fine. We're drawing out loud, as I like to say. And butt. More hunched over? Like that, maybe? This is always where I have my... Even in doing life drawing, I'm like, oh, this is all kind of a nebulous area. Where the rib cage and the hips meet. Let's draw it as a skeleton. Maybe that'll help. The tailbone's connected to the junk bone. Bum. And then, of course, the proportions are totally different, but... So here's the hip. Feet would be... I need more room! But this is where the poop comes out. There's a little piece of poop. And then your thigh bone, your knee bone, and the feet usually go right underneath the butt. But in our case, it will be different. Something like that. There's the underfoot of the foot. The soul. The living soul. Okay. Right? Does that look like something? I feel like he's not hunched over enough because his arm... What have I done? What have I done? His arm... Strawed out. Why can't I draw it? Drawing. Look at. Why isn't it drawing? Come on. Damn you, Snow. There we go. Now draw on this layer. Okay, now it's... Here is the very long... the very long forearm. No! Okay, so... I see where I went wrong. And this is helpful, actually, though. It's quite helpful. This is more of a, like... left shoulder up, right shoulder down kind of a deal. Yes, yes. This makes more sense. Something like that. That looks a little more proper. And then... So can we extrapolate from that? This crazy guy? Maybe we just keep this on hand. Obviously the proportions are different. The head is huge. The body is tiny. But I think that's useful to have going forward. Let me actually put this on its own layer. And we'll just keep it handy. This is the human reference. Probably if I looked up... In fact, maybe I will. Because why not? Who's going to stop me? Arctic Black, hello. It has a very Skylanders feel to it. I hope that's not insulting. I don't know. I can't be insulted because I don't know what Skylanders is. Metabots, yes, that is it. That was the miniature Metabots. Tankhead is good. There's a lot of fun designs in it. I know that Diver Mech. I have one of those. Oh, and that winged figure is a Spire Hunter. I didn't know what any of those things are. I always felt foolish when I was doing miniature painting judging at the local game store, Strategies Games, here in Vancouver. Darren, the store owner, would ask me to be a judge, probably for 4 or 5 years in a row. I didn't do it last year, and I don't think I did it the year before. Because I didn't know what any of those miniatures were. People would paint these amazing miniatures, and I was like, did they make that miniature? Is that miniature from Warhammer or some such business? But I guess it didn't matter. I was just judging the paint scheme. But whenever I was like, I like the miniature of the thing with the pointy things on it. Whereas they were all saying, oh, you mean the, like whatever, Adam, you're saying. No, you mean the Spire Hunter, Mecha Hunter 658. Yes, that's the one. Yeah, that's what I meant. What was I doing? I was going to Sketchfab. And let's type in crouching just to see what comes up. We got some things. That's actually, yeah. See, there's a nice picture of the back. Hello. It's not quite the same, but it would have helped me when I was drawing a second ago. Da-da-da. But again, you see, like, what are all those muscles called? I don't know. Anyway, the head is in the wrong position. But oh, that's kind of cool. Spider Gwen. That's kind of helpful, actually. That's not her butt poking out. It's not bad in terms of reference for our guy. Like the legs are in the right position and one of the arms is in the right position. So we can kind of, if we're using this as a reference, then we can kind of choose our angle, which I feel like would be like something like that. Something like that. Maybe I'll do a screen grab. Something like that. Screen grab. Oh wait, before I screen grab, because it's going to screen grab both. Okay. Screen grab. And then let's just drop it. Let's drop it in. Grab that. Cut, delete, paste, embiggen. And we can kind of, I might as well put those both in the same layer. Does anybody care? No. I don't think so. Close-ish. Okay. Good enough for reference anyway. All right, let's get back to our sketch. And how long have I been doing this for? We are at 1:13. Okay, I guess we'll go to 1.5 hours. Adam says, I'll post my version of the Diver Mech on the Art Hole Discord. Yes, please do. Come, please, everyone. I know I have not been very, I've not been adding anything new to the Art Hole. But, oh, here's something I wanted to talk about. I did a bunch of art for a project for the legendary Janelle Jaquays. And then she passed away before she had published the project. The project was one of her central casting books, which I think is like system agnostic. So it's like for role-playing games, but I don't think it's like, it's not specifically for D&D or anything. I think it's like, I think the idea is just character backstory, randomly generated, or character backstory, or just things to inspire. So I did like not quite a dozen. I think 9, maybe 10 drawings. Probably 8 or And one was horror based, and one was fantasy based. So her wife Rebecca had said, "Okay, I'm gonna try to finish this project after Janelle died." And then, sadly, tragically, as some of you may know if you've been following my Facebook, she also died from cancer 3 days ago. So yeah, sucks. That's yeah. But my point is, I don't think that art is ever going to be published now. I don't know for sure, but I don't think so. So I can start sharing that art, I think. I wouldn't even know who to contact about whether or not, I don't know who would publish that now, because I believe it was going to be self-published. There's no publishing company that, as far as I know. I think it was just Janelle in her basement. So I'll start posting some of that. At the very least in the art hole. Booley. Welcome, Booley. Adam says, yeah, it's a backstory generator. She always regretted some of the decisions she made in the early 80s books and wanted to remake them and was working on it before her death. Thank you. Thank you for that. Okay, so now that we have this reference here that I made. Yeah, so come on down to the art hole. How do I want to do this? I think we could put more. Actually, that kind of looks kind of cool with the things there. Pardon me. And then these things coming out. Where do they come out? I guess I have to. Oof. Let me think. I feel like maybe this should be a little higher, maybe? And a little smaller, maybe? I don't know. But because the legs... the legs would come out thus wise. And there is the housing, the chassis. Whereas here's the ball joints I was talking about. Maybe now we can see the ball joint because it's coming from behind. The ball joint. And and this arm is in front of that leg, as we've established. So this, and then come back behind, and then this one, whatever this knee shape is, we're going to figure it out later, would come back behind, right? I feel like the right leg, his left leg, okay, his left leg comes, like this one comes in that way to center line a bit more, whereas this one is kind of going out, away from center line. And the reason I did that is because this front, if I didn't do that, then you wouldn't even see that leg behind the front arm. So... I guess this one should be more coming out more. And so you would see some of that. There's the thumb. It's blocking in the shapes here. And then this one comes back as we did. And then you would see, it's kind of interesting. It's an interesting shape. Something like that. we do need... Yeah, because there's going to be one... The heel is actually like a big claw here. And then we've got this thing on the outside. And then if this is, again, if this is the base, and again, I don't know. I don't know if that's going to be what the base is going to look like at all. That's something I should probably ask. So then, and then this, here we go, here we go. There's the, and it's kind of going straight out. It's not going up like I did in the actual anatomy drawing. So knuckle, knuckle, knuckle. Something like that. But those things are way bigger. Way, way bigger. Something like that. I guess they're not that curved in, are they? Aren't they? More like this. Something like that. Straight down. Something like that. Da, 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 da. And then we have to decide. See, these cables, whatever they're called, on his chestal area, go around behind. And now that I'm looking at behind, where do they go? Do they go up and into? Whoops. Do they go? They come around from underneath armpit area, and then do they go into his back? Let's make them a different color just so we can. Let's make them purple. Do they come into? Do they go into the back of his head? That's kind of cool. Let me think about that for a second. Coming around the side, up. Let me just go. Let me do a nice dark blue. They come around the side. Then they go up. So they can either tuck into the chassis here. Both of them, which would be a bit boring in my opinion. Or they could go into something, because right now they're going into his, like if he had a backpack on his back, that would make sense. But there's no room for such things because he's going to have his wings. Suggestions? Suggestions from the group? Undo all that stuff that I did. The other thing is, even though they look like, I could have them go down. They look like they go up. And maybe they do for a bit. Maybe they just go straight into the housing for the wings. Maybe that's the thing. That kind of looks cool. Yeah. Maybe we'll do that. We want to change our mind later, we can. I like the idea of going back into the head as well. Like, what if it just, maybe there's like a panel here or something. Instead of going up that way. Like one of them goes into the pack and the other one goes into the back of his head. I think that would be cool too. Let's do that. I think let's do that. Is that too crazy? Yes, have them go into the wings like a power boost. So I think we'll do one wing, and we'll see what Scotland, the client, has to say about that. We're not going to go much further. It's 124, but I want to, let's do a rough overdrawing now that we have this. Just so we can see. Just so we can see. All right. I need, this is going to be overdrawing. The overdraw. let's make it blue. Okay. And just to see if everything's going to connect. And again, we'll worry about the wings later. Okay, so let's I do like the idea of giving him some kind of a spine. Maybe he's got right, like one of these things. You know what I'm saying here? Like, this is not very well rendered, but I think it gets the idea across. What am I drawing here? Right? It's rough, but it again gets the idea across. And then you'd almost be able to see them coming around right here. So I don't know if these are just gonna be divots that the wings go into, and if they need to be higher, maybe they need to be higher. I don't know. This is actually problems that we're gonna have to figure out. Let me think more about this. Yeah. Something like that. This music is music from... Can you guess it? Probably not. Future Boy Conan. One of Hayao Miyazaki's first director gigs back in the 70s. And I had not watched it for the... I knew about it, but I had not watched it for the longest time. And it's pretty great. Pretty great. It's... I really like it. Let's give him a little... This is like actually underneath. And then it's just a round head. It's a round head. We've established it's a round head. My eraser brush is too big. I see something's happening in the chat, and I'm going to check it. Just 1 second. Okay. And then... Right. Okay, so... It's flat. And then, okay. Trying to understand the... Okay, and then it goes like that. Right? Something like that. Yes. And then this part is round. Okay. Again, very rough. But it helps. It helps me. Something like that. I'm not sure about that. I want it to go like that. But that's might be a little, yeah. Future Boy Conan, you guessed it. Based on Alexander Keyes' Inexorable Tide, yes, post-apocalyptic. Better than the novel. That's good to know. I will never read the novel. Well, I don't want to say never, but it's not a very good chance. Okay, let's do this. I didn't really put... Is this Scooby-Doo? This is like, you know when you see C-3PO's torso and it's just like black, like Anthony Daniels is just wearing like a black jumpsuit, and they glued a bunch of gack to his stomach area to make it look like wires and shit. That's all that this is. In here. Okay. So we got this ball joint going on, which I could have drawn in the front as well now that I'm looking at it, but don't worry. And the thigh chassis part. All good, all good. Proportions are off, but I'm not going to worry about that right now. We got the leg, or the knee, I should say, the knee bit. Which I feel like, I don't know if it would have that. But it looks cool right now. So we'll do it. And then, right? This goes on behind, underneath. And that's all that is. Okay, great. I mean, it's not a bad base. Starting point. Whatever you want to call it. And then the jaw. Oh, the jaw. We're not going to see any of the jaw because of the shoulder pads. The pauldrons, if you will. How does that pauldron look like? The pauldron is right on the outside here. Something like that? Is this gonna be right? I don't know. And then I mean, I guess so. This is Star Trek music. Classic Star Trek. Maybe it's just completely symmetrical back here. What have I done? No. Looking at the front, it's not completely symmetrical. Well, that's on the front side, so maybe the back side would be different. Let me go back. Let me undo that. For now, let's do that. Looks a little janky right now. So we can get a little bit. We can maybe see a little bit of the fangs. Not sure. Not sure. This knee can be a little more facing up, I think. We're getting close. We're getting close. And then remember, I had this weird thing on the bottom here. Don't really understand what I did. It's hard for me to wrap my brain around. Yeah, okay. There's the back one. That's all fine and dandy. These come down here. The other one. Something like that. Yeah, something like that. Something along those very lines. Same deal over here. And I'll need to really analyze that a little bit better over here, but for now, this will do. There's the fronty army part. Oh, there's all. Oh, yeah, I see. Oh my God, I forgot. Okay, so on the forearms, there are those cables that go into his elbow, and they're going on the outside of his body. So I guess they would come in like this. Ba, 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 ba. Something like that. Ba, 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 ba. Something like thuswise. Does that make sense? No, I've got him going underneath. Oh, that's weird. Okay. Stand by. I did it wrong. I did a wrong thing. They are going from. This is the front. This is the front on this one. So it would be going like this. Am I wrong? I don't think I'm wrong. Ba, 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 which means I need a little more room. Ba, 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 get those thingies on there. I don't know what you call them. I'm sure they would have a technical name. Ball joint. There's a ball joint there. Right? This looks weird. Oops. This looks weird. But we're close. We're almost done. I keep saying that. But I believe it. And if I believe it, it's true. Da, 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 da. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, 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 ba. That's not right, but it'll do for now. So this one has... This one has his... Ooh. Right? Here is the... Should it be going in? I think it would be going in a little bit more. There's the... Let's get rid of that. Draw around the toe instead of drawing the toe around the shin part. Okay. And then we just a bit of an intimation there. And my gosh, we are so close. And the way we're going to sell this, I think, is we'll actually keep the red layer in there, and then I'll just make it a different color. So, and then yeah, something like that. Okay, we're done. We're done. We are done. Let's make this. Sure, let's make it. No, let's make it brown. This is Scooby-Doo music. Okay. It's going to be brown. And we're going to bring it up to... Why is this red? Why is this red here? Let's get rid of that red. Right? Does this make sense? I want to wish everyone enjoy the rest of your Sunday, whatever that looks like for you. And oh, I didn't draw the. Okay, we're wrapping up. We really are. We're really wrapping. We're wrapping Rodney around here. That's what's happening. But one thing. One quick thing, we would see a bit of those horns. Yes. Now let me go back to my So, oop, wrong layer. Here we are. Let's get a little bit of dynamic shading in. And I think that's all. I think that's all fine. Yeah, have a good Sunday. I'll try to post some more stuff to the art hole this weekend. Or I mean this week, over the next week. Anything else exciting? I hope to go and see Angel's Egg at the Rio Theater next week. Next weekend specifically, Sunday I think it is. Which, if you don't know what that is, it's a very interesting artsy anime from the 80s, and it's got kind of pretty much everything you'd expect in it. It's got the look, but it's very like, it's like, what if, oh, I don't want to say H.R. Giger, but I don't know. Look up Angel's Egg and watch if there's a trailer or some samples on YouTube. Check it out. All right. Let's be done for today. Yeah, Incredible Tide. He also wrote the Witch Mountain books and the Forgotten Door, the rare reverse isekai. Oh, so does that mean like someone from another world comes under Earth? Is that what it is? The Forgotten Door? The old fish out of water. Yeah. I don't know what else to tell you. I'm gonna relax. I'm gonna maybe play a little bit of the old video game, and I will see you next time on the internet. Thanks for joining me. Like and subscribe, and have a good evening.